Hey everyone, guess what time it is? It's science time. Now let's get learning. Hi, I'm Mr. Souder. This is my son David. And today we're going to be showing you how to go about making a total solar eclipse viewing box. And so it's going to look something similar to this. It's just a very simple box. This will allow you to be able to safely view the eclipse while it's going on. And so the items that you'll need, for starters, the main thing is you need a box. So David's going to be using this box. I found this box here. The main thing is you want something that's going to be relatively tall and a little bit wider than your head. You don't want a box that's too narrow. So you're essentially going to be holding it up. That way part of it needs to be in view of the sun. The other items that you'll need is some aluminum foil. Also, if you don't have any aluminum foil, another substitute, you can also use an index card or a manila folder. Also, you will need some tape. You'll need a sheet of paper, some scissors, and if you are responsible enough or with some parent supervision, box cutters are also helpful, and also some sort of dark tape, something like duct tape or masking tape. Also, if you have something like a needle or pen or pencil, that will also be helpful as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get going. So I'm going to start off with this box. It is just want something that is going to be able to close up all the way. Whether it has a lid or flaps, it really doesn't matter, as long as you're able to create a box that's going to be completely dark on the inside. So what I'm thinking is that if you're looking at the box from this viewpoint, get it within frame here, I'm thinking here that I'm going to be looking through, I'm going to be looking right about here in this section. I'm going to be looking through here. So therefore, on this opposite side, I'm going to be putting in the little view window close to the edge right about here. So what I'm going to do is to first go ahead and cut this part open. Now if you have little kids, I would not recommend using box cutters. You can use scissors, but box cutters make things so much easier. Doesn't need to be a big opening. And this is where the light is going to be coming in. At the same time, on this opposite side, I'm going to create basically the same type of opening here. Make sure you have a good sharp knife if you're using a box cutter. All right. Hard to believe, but that is most of the work. Then, so all I have are two openings. One side is where the light's going to be coming in. The other part is where we're going to be looking through the through this hole over here. Okay, they both need to be on the same side. And now, since I have this side up, I'm going to take some aluminum foil. And you don't need a big piece, but something bigger than the hole that was just cut. Doesn't have to be pretty. Then, I think it's helpful, if there's any wrinkles, rub your fingers over it, smooth it out. All right, so now I'm going to use that, and I'm going to cover up this hole. And this is where some tape, what I'm going to do is just cover up that hole. And if you can make it so that the foil is taut, you don't want any light to leak in. Now, if you don't have aluminum foil, you could also use something like an index card or a manila folder, something that is going to be blocking the light. It's going to be, so it's going to be opaque, and also eventually you're going to be poking a hole through it, and you want a nice clean hole. Something like that. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be functional. All right, now I'm going to feel where the hole is going to be located. So right about here, I'm leaving a little bit of an indentation. So I'm going to just take a pin, and I'm just going to poke a hole, take an tack, and I'm just poking a hole straight down into it. And it probably barely even shows up on the camera. You see it coming a little bit closer here. Now, I would recommend starting off with a small opening at first. If that is too small, then what you could use is something like a pencil, and you don't want to make the hole too big. A small hole will actually creates a sharper image, but if you make it too big, it will allow more light, but also the image becomes fuzzier. So there's kind of a balance between those two things here. So you want a small hole at least to start off with. Test it out, see how does it work. If it's not working too well, then use something like a pencil, and you don't have to make the hole too big here. This is roughly maybe about 1 millimeter. You know, smaller, a little bit smaller than like 1/8 of an inch going across. Now, the other thing is I'm gonna look on the inside of the box. So, I have, you can see here, the holes and the little aluminum foil with a hole in it. So the little viewing port, and basically this is going to be the projector over here. So opposite side to that, I want to put in the screen. I'm just using a piece of scrap paper and cut it to size. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. And doesn't have to cover up the whole bottom, but close to it. And again, use some tape to adhere it to the bottom. But this is, think of it as a movie projector. And if you're sitting in a movie theater, the projector is going to be projected from the side. The screen is over here, and you're going to be looking towards the screen. I'm struggling with tape. There we go. And this should do it. And then you close up the box. And if you have some sort of dark tape, such as masking tape, duct tape is always the best for any job. So now I have the box sealed up, and here is the finished product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking through this hole, but the sunlight needs to be shining through this hole over here, which means that in order for you to use this, you need to be facing away from the sun. So the sun will be to your back. The sunlight will come shine down to this hole, and this creates what's called a pinhole effect. That light will be projected onto the screen on the opposite side of the box. And then you're going to be looking through this hole to see the projection. Now, with a small hole like this, sometimes you have to kind of adjust things around in order to get the light to shine directly down through there. So one thing I would recommend doing is go out on a sunny day and test this out and make sure that you're able to see a nice circle of the sun. If the conditions are really clear, you might even be able to see sunspots. So this is perhaps one of the safest ways of viewing the sun, is that you're looking essentially at a pinhole view of the sun. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm also going to have my son making his own box. Thank you for watching. All right, so now I'm going to have my son do the same thing. And to help him out, one of the first things we'll need to do is I'm going to draw on here a couple places where I think it would be good to have the cut out a couple holes here. So we're going to cut out a hole right here, and then how about another hole right here? As long as they're on both on the same side. They don't have to be exact here, but something like that. So one of them we'll use for viewing, and the other one we'll use for allowing the light to pass through here. So, David, can you use that? Okay. Let me give you a hand here. Okay. There. Oh, here. There's a little locking thing here. Let me show you. You go that way and pull back. Okay. Now, if you're not, a pair of scissors could also work. Here, let me see if I can help you out a little bit.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this box, to get started, might be a little, yeah, this is a little difficult. A little tough to cut into. This is where some extra hands, some parent supervision would come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I don't think scissors would cut through this. It feels like there's several layers of cardboard. Something like a cereal box, that would be a lot easier to cut into than this box here.
Yeah.
So, lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
So I'm going to do this part. I am just cutting along here. I would recommend using a stereo box.
Yeah.
If you're doing something like this with younger students, younger children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
All right, so now, if you would, here, I'll just a small piece of aluminum foil.
Okay.
Okay, that'll work. Now lay it down flat
Okay.
and smooth it out. Just kind of rub your fingers across there.
That's for like it's an auto smooth.
Yep.
How's that?
Looks good. All right. Just a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to use that to cover up one of the holes. So how about maybe cover up this small hole right there?
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a little piece of tape.
I have to stand up for this.
All right, make sure we're in frame. Okay, so once you go ahead and cover that up, put one right across here.
There we go.
Put one on the bottom. Okay, we'll put another one across the top.
Right here?
Yep, that'll work. I'll put one across the top.
There we go.
Okay, now let's feel for where the hole is at. Just kind of gently feel and find where.
I think it's like.
Where's it at? Oh, it's right here. Right here it is. Okay. So here's where the hole's at.
Alright, grab like something sharp.
Hold it. Let's use a tack instead.
Alright, tack. Right here?
Feel the hole? Right there. So right there in the center of that. That's all you need.
Alright.
Okay. Now, we also need to put a screen on the opposite side of the box.
Which is the piece of paper.
All right, so let's make this to size. How about, well, this fits almost. Okay, can you trace that out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So now, just go ahead, take the scissors,
Cut it.
cut them on that line.
Cut her out. Cut. Snip, snip, snip.
Okay,
Like that.
just like that. Now, here's where the viewing port and where the sunlight will come through. You want this on the opposite side of the box, so we're gonna put it on this side here.
Yes.
So that should fit right up inside of there. And let's get some tape.
So it can stay on.
All right.
Like that?
Yep. Let's get another piece. I need a new tape dispenser. All right. How about one on the opposite side, right inside of here.
Right here?
Yep, looks good. All right, and then we'll just close this up, and we need some masking tape. Just 1 second here. All right, so now to close up the box, and we also have an opening that we don't want to have right here. So just use some sort of dark colored tape, something like masking tape or duct tape. You can just tear that. Just tear it.
Alright.
Just cover up that hole. Now you want to make sure you don't cover up the hole, the little pinhole right there.
Alright. Make it small.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
And then,
All right.
like so.
And then,
The other side, just in case. Oh,
yep.
roll off. Like so.
Gonna give it a little extra darkness. And then we'll seal up the box.
Right.
Just a little strip of tape.
8
Yep, that'll work. That'll do.
here.
Now just leave that on there.
Like so.
That'll work. Just press it down.
And then,
Doesn't be too pretty. Just needs to be functional. Put a piece right across here. Nice big piece. Let's go across this way.
oh, right here.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that might. Okay, look inside the box. Does it look dark?
I see a little bit of light. Like
Okay, where do you see light at?
Like,
Is it in the corner?
it's like right.
Oh, okay. I see it has little perforations right there. Okay. So how about I get a strip of tape and put it right across here? Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah. Okay, funny. There you go. Just fold it over.
So,
Let's fold this over on this side.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you see any light coming in?
Yep, it looks better.
Okay. So now we're going to take it outside and give this a try.
Okay.
All right, so the sun's out. We've got a little bit of cloud cover. We also have a tree blocking some of it. And so I'm gonna have my son demonstrating how to use this. You want to find out which eye is most dominant for them. So if you hold this up to your eyes, which eye is it more comfortable for you to look out of?
This is like the position for the left eye.
Okay, so are you more comfortable looking to your left eye or right eye?
Left eye.
Left eye, okay. For me, I'm more comfortable looking through my right eye. If my right eye, then I'll be looking at this way, okay? The main thing is that, okay, can you hold up to your eye? Let me get in tight over here. The main thing is that when you're looking at this, I don't know if you can see his shadow. You want to make sure his shadow does not block that hole. There's a little tiny hole right there. You want to make sure the shadow of his head does not block that hole. And so, and once he has that in full view of the sun, he may have to twist around a little bit. And do you see it?
Yep,
You see it? What does it look like?
a circle.
That circle is the sun. And so during the day of the eclipse, you'll see that circle becoming more and more of a crescent.
Yeah.
So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.